The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, you guys hear me now? There we are. That's what I'm talking about. Sweet. All right. So, you guys ready for day 5? Have you guys overwhelming learning so far? Good learning, as in you're starting to implement some of the different things that you've learned? And I know it's going to vary for all of you. Some of you that are brand newbies, and some of you that have been around a while. But it is gonna be overwhelming at times, but the great part is with the recording, you're going to be able to. I see a lot of you commenting already. That's awesome. A lot of you commenting already saying that I've already created designs that I never thought I could create. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's the point of all of these, right? And yes, watch at a slower pace, 100%. Yep. And you'll always have them to watch. Okay. So, what we got going today, okay? What we got going today is we got the mock-up side of it, okay? How many of you here, I just did a rhinestone design. Awesome. Awesome, Becky. I love to hear that. So, how many of you here are currently using mock-ups in the Wizard? Made my own live template. Love hearing that. Awesome, Kathleen. I'm trying to, not me, a few, not yet, sometimes not yet, no. Love the mock-ups all the time. Favorite feature, having issues sometimes, no. I need to, I wish I could. Okay. Got it. So, what I want to do is, and let me see real quick here, I want to make sure I don't have any other pages open here that are going to cause anything to delay at all. Let me make sure this YouTube area there is closed. Okay, good to go with that. And let me get us back to our full screen here. Okay, so everybody can see CorelDRAW, correct? Sweet. So here's what we got going on. I am going to run through some different designs. I'm going to first thing I want to do, especially for the newbies in here and some of you experienced, because I saw some people that aren't using it that I know you guys have had the Wizard for a year plus, right? Is I want to first run through and just put some designs out and show you how to create a mock-up and then how to create an order form. And then we're going to get into some pretty detailed mock-ups as far as creating them and designing them and getting them into the software. Because what my goal is by the end of this class, and obviously after you guys watch it and stuff, is for you guys to easily be able to create a mock-up, figure out your pricing, create an order form, right? And then also, if a customer wants a specific, let's say, champion shirt, and they want the mock-up of that champion shirt, that you can pull that champion shirt off of, let's say, Sanmar's website, put it into the Wizard, and always have it there. Okay. I don't think any music is playing. Is there music playing? Can you guys hear music playing? No? Okay, I see everybody saying no as far as music playing. So whoever is asking, you might have a something open on your computer that might be playing in the background. Okay? Sweet. Let's rock and roll. So first thing I want to do is I want to just show you real quick. I'll just pull in our design that we created on Monday here. Our Beach Please design, okay? And I'm going to go through these for probably 10 minutes or so, just to show you first and most importantly how easy it is to just create an easy mock-up, and then we'll get into some of the detailed stuff as well, okay? Now, you guys know I always like to ask questions. So, see how it's outside of my workspace? How do I center this and make sure it's within my workspace? Everybody here know the button, where to do that? All these little things I like to kind of reiterate and go over again. Yes, the white button in the top right, the little white. So highlight your design. See, can everybody see where I'm highlighted right here? I'm just going to click right here and you're good to go. And it just resized it. Yes, you guys will get all of the mock-ups that we create here, okay? Like, you guys already have these designs, but the actual mock-ups that we're going to be creating, you'll get as well. So, Beach Please, let's just say I want to throw this onto a women's long sleeve shirt, and I was doing this quick on Monday. I just want to do it a little bit slower so you see. Can everybody see how I have a lot more stuff? You don't always have to work within the workspace, Gary, but especially when you're doing mock-ups, you just want to make sure you're within your workspace, okay? So, got this there. I have a lot more items than you guys have, right? Because I'm creating additional categories in here. How many of you have never created an additional kind of category? And I'm going to guess most of you, okay? I see, I haven't, never have, haven't, me, nope, nope. Okay, better question. Has anybody created additional categories? Give me a yes if you have. Okay, I got 1, 2. Okay, so we do have a few yeses. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. So, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't worry. We're going to learn that too. So, first thing is I just want to do a women's shirt. That's one of the categories that come with the wizard. And I'm going to do a women's long sleeve, or we'll just do a burnout shirt front. So burnout shirt front, then I have my design selected. I left click on the shirt, and it's on my shirt. That's it. That's how easy it is just to simply create the mock-up, okay? And now that mock-up is ready for you to do whatever with. So what I could do with that mock-up, and what I like to do sometimes, is I'm just going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to change this one to, let's say, a black shirt, and then I can show them what kind of, and then maybe I even want to rotate the shirt a little bit that way, and rotate this shirt a little bit this way, so you can see both of them. And now I have a black and white shirt mock-up. See how easy that is just to create additional ones? And then even within the mock-ups here, you can easily change the colors to anything you want. So the colors don't always have to be what you see them as. Got it? Again, that's just simple. You can throw it on a flyer, you can email it to them, whatever. Super simple, all right? And it's the same thing if you wanted a long sleeve shirt versus a short sleeve shirt, and so on. So now what I want to do is, first off, before I go off of that, that's obviously something super simple, but I'm sure some of you may not have done that already. So does everybody understand what I actually did there, and everybody comfortable with that before I move on? Okay, perfect. Good to go. That makes me feel better that everybody's saying yes, because obviously that's something that's just a matter of, hey, click a button and you're good. And that's the goal of it. Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize is down here at the bottom, each time you create a mock-up, okay, yeah, you get the burnout shirts with it. Each time you create a mock-up, it's creating an additional page. Yeah, I was just copy and pasting, Valerie. So back to page 1, and there's my original. So let's say I created these mock-ups, okay? And now they want a long sleeve. page 1 is your original design, highlight that, go to my women's long sleeve, click on the shirt, and now I have a long sleeve shirt. Now, I do want to show you one more thing that I'm going to assume probably half of you in here don't know this part of it. If I wanted to make this a black shirt, okay, how could I make this a black shirt? And make it look good. I see most of you are saying select the shirt, then left click on the color, right? How many of you, when you make a black shirt, does it look like this? And it doesn't look that great, right? I see a lot of you know, that's good. So to make it look better, anytime you choose a dark color, you want to then right click on a light color, like white, and watch the difference. See how now that brought back the wrinkles and it brought back the look to the shirt? Can everybody see that? I see. Wow, I just got like 30 people that said, wow, awesome. Wow, never knew that. Looks a lot better for a mock-up, right? Same thing, imagine this. If I do a white shirt, my shirt just disappeared. Can you guys kind of see it right there? See like the little bit of a shadow of it, and I'll do maybe a cream color shirt. That doesn't look good at all, right? But guess what? If I since I went light shirt, I see about 30 of you just said no refunds today. I just learned something new in the first 5 minutes. So if I right click on black, then it brings back my wrinkles again. So just depending on your color that you choose, all right, a light shirt, I'm going to have obviously the right click on black. A dark shirt like a black, I'm going to right click on white. Detail sounds better than wrinkles, yes. Okay, everybody good with that? So those are just simple things off the start, but I see a lot of people that own the Wizard, and I see a lot of you do mock-ups, and your mock-ups look like this. And when I look at it, I'm like, that means I don't have enough videos. That means I haven't explained that enough if people are creating mock-ups like that. Because those mock-ups look completely different. Exactly. So much more realistic like that, right? Okay. All good with that? Sweet. Now, another pretty simple thing. I see this happen a lot as well, okay? If I have this kind of mint color selected and I choose a Corel color for it, and then the pink and a Corel color for it, highlight my design and click on my money sign in the top right corner there, okay? It has a bubblegum 77 and a cool teal because I didn't choose my real colors in here. So what I mean by that, and watch, I'll even put it on a new page for you. If I had this right here and I came over and I chose this red and this blue, and I highlight it all, and I click on my money sign, it's just going to give me some random colors, okay? However, if I come over here and go to my heat transfer vinyls, all right? See how now, over here it's just pulling something basic, okay? Because it's seeing a color, but it doesn't really know what colors you selected. So anytime you select colors of a heat transfer vinyl, make sure you pull them out of the Wizard and not Corel Draw. Does that make sense to everybody? So if your colors aren't matching up for some reason, it's because you're pulling Corel. Got it? Pilar said sometimes it shows old ones. Pilar, just copy it and put it on a new page, and it's probably just some type of cookie or something that was hidden in there but from before, and that'll fix that issue if it's showing multiple colors. And then the same thing, guys. When I come over here and I choose Caesar glitter, and I want to do a red glitter, and I come over here and I'm going to do, I don't know, a green glitter, highlight it, come over to my money sign, and then Caesar glitter red, Caesar glitter emerald, and boom. Yes, the HTV colors are all actual colors based off of the color the color palettes that Caesar gave us. Yes. All right. So everybody good with the basic? I'm running for the first 20 minutes or so. I just want to run through the basic things that you guys are going to need to know as I'm going through all of this stuff. How I change my colors and what materials I'm using is I clicked on the right arrow there, and then I'm going to see them all. So I saw a question, can we add more colors? You can add colors for regular colors. And when I say regular colors, I mean like regular Easy Weed. The only thing you can't add is the actual glitters, because those are actual images of the glitter. Okay? So if I were to now, that's what was next thing I was getting into as well. Now I want to change my pricing. Okay? Now I want to change my pricing. So instead of left clicking on this to select all of them, I'm going to right click on that area, and that's going to pull up my pricing breakdown. So if I buy Caesar Glitter HTV, I'll click on that. It's 20 inches wide and I buy 5 yards. I'm paying, let's say, $65. The Wizard 6.0 will have updated colors. Yes, that is correct. So everybody see where they can change their pricing. So when you get the Wizard, everything's based on a 5-yard roll. Okay? But if you only buy 2 feet, your pricing's going to be more. If you buy a 50-yard roll, your pricing's going to be a lot less. So you customize the software based on your pricing. Got it? Sweet. All right. Let's click off of that. Width is inches, yes, and length is feet. Great question, Debbie. Yes, width is inches and length is feet. Correct. All right. Now, here's the deal. How I got that up again is I right-clicked. Can everybody see the arrow that I'm on right now? I right-clicked on that, and that brought up the edit cost. Everybody see it? So instead of left-clicking, you're just right-clicking. And then for the rhinestones, I see that question coming through to change the pricing for the rhinestones. See the pencil right here next to rhinestones? If you click on that, then you'll see pricing for rhinestones right here, and that's where you change your pricing for your rhinestones. Why you would want to change the pricing, Valerie, is not every one of you buy 100 gross at a time for $55. You might only buy 10 gross for $10, which means you're paying a different amount for your stones, and you want the Wizard to calculate exactly what your stone cost is or your vinyl cost is. If you don't change it based on your purchasing, then it's not actually pricing what your actual cost is. It's pretty cool how you can still, like how you can customize the entire software to your purchasing habits, right? Okay. So here's the next thing we want. If you buy them on sale, yeah, change them. Base it on what you're actually getting them for, right? Base it on what 100%. Okay, so what I want to do now is, first thing I want to do is just, I'll use the same design, and we just want to, now I want to create an order form, okay? But in order to create an order form, how many of you here, again, just to get an idea, I'm on the mockups tab, how many of you have created your watermark and your logo? Right? Some of you have, some of you haven't. So I'm going to show you again how to do that as well. Okay? Because I know a lot of you probably have not done that. And let me go ahead and show you what's going on with that. I'm trying to see one thing here real quick. I saw somebody just ask for the little highlight thing. The little yellow highlight thing, I saw somebody asking about the mouse. That was actually, that's in a different software. That's in our software where we just edit non-live videos. So unfortunately, GoToWebinar doesn't give us that highlight option, or else believe me, I would. I wish my mouse could be yellow. All right, so let's go ahead and show you how you add a watermark or logo. And you can add as many as you want, all right? So if I come over here to my little pencil, and I clicked on that little pencil, and then description is TRW crew, I'm going to call it. Now, my watermark text is the text that's going to go over the entire image and kind of duplicate over the entire image once I create it. So if I do a watermark, it'll be there. Now, transparency, I normally like to go about a 90% transparency because you don't want it to show up too much because then it actually blocks your image too much and it's going to be hard for the customer to see the shirt. Does that make sense to everybody? So I do my transparency at about 90. So it's kind of just a faint look at it. Now what I want to do is I want to bring in a PNG file. Okay. So let me see if I can find on my computer here real quick, just one of our little PNG TRW logo. So I'm just searching my computer here real quick. And I'm going to search TRW and probably have it, you know where I probably have it under videos. So you want it to be in PNG so it doesn't have that white background. So see how this one right here, it says, is it showing the item type right there? Can you guys see my little pop-up? See how it says PNG file? So I'm going to click on that and open. And it just added that PNG link. Business name, The Rhinestone World. And then website, www.therhinestoneworld.com. Phone number, 941-755-1696. Email, info@therhinestoneworld.com. And then 2077 58th Avenue, Circle East, Bradenton, Florida. And you want all of this stuff because you're only going to enter this one time. Okay? You're only going to enter this one time. Yep. Boom, boom. There we go. Thank you for that. Bradenton, Florida, 34203. Okay? Now, the biggest thing when you do this, and this is what most of you are going to do, you're going to go down and hit save, and it's going to get rid of everything. What you need to do is hit add, and now can everybody see what I did there? It added it to it, and then save. If you just type all of that and hit save, it's not saving it. Everybody with me there? That add button is, I finally know what I did wrong. See that? Awesome. So I'm going to hit save now. Okay, now I have this Beach Please design. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go to my mockups, and I want to create an order form for one product. Now, honestly, I always do advanced. And what advanced does is it adds your logo, it allows you to choose your pricing. Basic, honestly, we probably just should take it out of there because it doesn't add the logo, it doesn't add the pricing. I can't imagine when you're not going to add the logo and pricing. So just always do advanced. I don't have rhinestones in this one, so I don't need to simulate rhinestones. It's going to go on to a white shirt, but I can always change the background later. Now, the next thing that most people don't think about is make sure you choose what logo you want on this before you click on it, or else it's not going to fill out all that information. So the one we just did was the TRW Crew one, right? So I'm going to come over here. I want my Crew one, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the order form. And then what that's going to do is it's going to run through, and always pay attention to the top left. It says select product 1. Product 1 is going to be my women's burnout shirt. And then it's what type of product is it? Select product type. Okay? You don't have to click on watermark. I'm sorry, did I not? I'll do it on the next one. So select product type. Well, this is a shirt, so I'm going to choose standard shirt size and open. Okay? Next, it's going to say enter the name of the burnout shirt. We're just going to call it burnout shirt. You could rename it to Bella or whatever you want. Click OK. What design do I want to go on the shirt? Highlight the entire design and click OK. Enter the price of the women's burnout shirt. We're going to do $22, nothing custom. Click OK. And you can see I'm just following along and we're done. So that's the PNG logo that we chose, right? It dropped right there. There's all of my business information that it dropped right there. Over here is my mailing address, okay? This right here, I want to change that background a little bit just so it pops a little bit more. So let's make it a darker gray. And we got this order form ready to go, right? Pretty cool, isn't it? So how many of you have never done that before? I'm sure a lot of you haven't, and it's super, super simple. So what I could do is I could take this, come over here, and add the watermark now on the fly. I saw somebody just ask me that. See how I just added the watermark on the fly? I could come over here and watermark. Now, because that's a white background, it's blended, the watermark, so I could even see if I change that to black, it's going to make the whole thing black. But let me go back a second. If it were going on a darker shirt, it would just watermark. If I were to hit add bling on this one, it won't do anything because it's just looking to simulate stones. This class alone is worth $50 to me. Awesome, Lee. Okay. Everybody feels somewhat comfortable with that. I'm going to go through, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do a 2-shirt order form. Okay? I'm going to do a 2-shirt order form. Got it? You don't have to change any of the wording at the top. I mean, every order form is going to be a different. So to change it, this is an easy way, just to let you know, to change your wording at the top, like order form 2019, use your live template editor. There's order form 2019 right there, right? So all of these, we can actually click here, use it in the order form over here, use it in our live templates, and change all of this stuff on the fly, or I could double click and just change it here. But you can use the live template editor to do all of that as well. All right? All right, back to page 1. Now, I'm going to create an order form for, let's say, the men and the women. Okay? And they're both going to say beach, please, but mine is going to be just an all black easy weed. Okay? So, take that. Let's go a little bit bigger for a men's shirt, 10.3 inches, and resize our workspace. So, to do a 2-shirt order form, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over to my drop down here, and I'm going to do an order form for 2 products. Got it? And then, you know what? I'm going to really mix it up. You guys want to take it to the next level a little bit? Let's do that. This right here, it's still going to be easy, but I'm going to take it to the next level a little bit. So check this out. This here, I'm going to go with that. And let's go about 3.75. So check this out. 2 shirt, or I'm going 2 product order form. Got it? Click on my, everybody saw how I got to that? Click on my little image. And now, nope, not mama and baby shirts. So what product do I want? I want a women's burnout shirt. And it's a standard shirt size. Got it? Women's burnout shirt front. Okay, we can call it that. Select the design you want. I want this one right here. Click OK. And we're going to charge 30 bucks. Okay. Product number 2. Okay. Product number 2. Let's come over here to tumblers. And I'm going to click on this silver Yeti here. And double click there. I'm going to go a standard tumbler. And double click there. And then silver Yeti front, okay. What design do I want on that? I want this one, okay. And we're going to charge expensive tumbler. We're going to charge $38 for that. Okay, processes through, and there we go. Now we got a shirt and a tumbler. We want the shirt to pop a little bit more. Drop a gray background there, and boom. How freaking sweet is that? If you have a design for the front and back, you would just choose the back of the shirt. See how it says front there and then back? So there we go. We got our tumbler that we threw a vinyl car decal on or whatever it is. And then to change the background, I just clicked on that square and then I just made it a darker color. So I clicked there and just clicked on gray. Oh, sorry, I didn't do the watermark again, did I? And I wonder if I'm going to try this. Let me try and go, boom, there you go. So if I clicked on the action, if it has a white background, watch this. The tumbler is not, but I'm not allowed to put the Yeti tumbler in there because I don't have the rights from Yeti. But you guys, if a customer is using a Yeti tumbler or brings you one, you can bring a Yeti tumbler in and make a mock-up for them. But watch, if I click on the actual tumbler and hit watermark, see how it throws it right onto the tumbler? See how awesome that is? Now, if somebody does steal your image, at least they're promoting your website, right? All right, everybody good with that? And notice what changed here, guys. Now it has the tumbler and whatever tumbler color I want versus the shirt size. So there's different little boxes here that kind of correspond with what your product is. Make sense? Sweet. Now, if you guys were to save this file, okay, how would you save this file? Would you export it as an AI, a PDF, a PNG, a JPEG, an EPS, an SVG, a CDR? How would you guys save it? I see a lot of you have been in classes with me, and a lot of you haven't been in classes with me. Okay? I would say at least 20 of you, maybe 30 now, have said PDF. You do not want to save it as a PDF. Please don't. Okay? If you save it as a PDF file, if you sent me that PDF file, okay, and I have any type of vector software, I can open your PDF mockup, I can grab your vector design, I can bring it over here, I can enlarge it to a shirt size, and I can send it to 10 other screen printers and say, can you get me a price? I have the design done. And I'm telling you, it happens. Okay? So if you do want to save it as a PDF for some reason, because you want them to be able to type in it or whatever it is, then what you can do is you could highlight the entire thing and you could just convert it to a bitmap. So I just converted that to a bitmap now. And now when I zoom in, it's pixelated. So it's an actual image now. It still looks good, right? But they would have to do some work to steal this thing now. Make sense? And the way that I converted it to a bitmap, I just highlighted right there. I went up to the top to go to bitmap, and I did convert to bitmap. But remember, when you convert a design to a bitmap, it is no longer a vector file. So you won't be able to edit it, you won't be able to resize it, whatever. So I would here's what I would do. I wouldn't even worry about converting it to bitmap. I would just export it as a JPEG and email it to the customer. Make sense? Because when you export as a JPEG, it's basically making it a bitmap as well. Because it's just going to be an image at that point. So it's going to be pixelated. They aren't going to be able to steal this vector design. Got it? All right. Sweet daddy. PNG is fine too. PNG is fine too. JPEG or PNG, it doesn't matter. If I want to charge $3 extra, yes. Libby, if you wanted to, you could just come in here and say you want to charge $1.50 extra and $1.75 extra. You can just edit. Everything in here is completely editable. Got it? All right, sweet. Everybody, if you follow along with me, pretty comfortable as far as being able to just create an order form now? Yeah, you can change the color choices as well. So if you didn't want silver and you wanted this to be purple, you could just go to purple. Easy enough. Love it. Okay. So now we're going to get a little more creative. Okay. And each one that I do of these is it's going to start a little simpler, and then it's going to get a little more difficult, and then more difficult. My goal is for you guys, I want all over the internet, I want all of the best looking mock-ups that I see on the internet to be able to look at it and say, yeah, that was done in the Wizard. Okay? That's my goal. I love it when I see good looking mock-ups. So, point being, we got to make good looking mock-ups. So first one we're going to do, we're going to start simple, like I said. So first what I'm going to do, I went to Sanmar, okay, and I pulled, let's say, a Gildan t-shirt out of Sanmar. All right. Now, there's times when I see people use the Wizard where they think it's a good looking mock-up, but it's not, okay? And I'll show you how to fix that in this first example. And I'm going to show you how to add them to the Wizard and everything else. Okay, you guys ready to go? Sweet, let's do it. First one, Gildan t-shirt, okay? This is a great looking t-shirt. It's got the back, it's got the tag, everything. Now, when I zoom in, all pixelated, right? This is just a JPEG or a PNG file, okay? When I go to my wireframe, nothing. When I click on the colors, nothing changes. So, we're going to do our mock-up creator right here, our M creator. That's a good question. Pilar's question was, do you prefer mock-ups where the shirts are on models or where the shirt has a body shape or no model? What do you guys prefer? That's a great question. I'll kind of let you guys know what the voting came out at. Do you prefer it to be like kind of a 3D look like this? Do you prefer it to be laying flat on a background, like on a table, or with a model on it? No model, 3D look, 3D look, 3D look, laying on a table, flat on a table, 3D look, 3D look. So I'm seeing almost every single one is saying no model. 75% of you are saying kind of the 3D look, and maybe 25% of you are saying just laying on a table. Okay. I don't know that I don't think I see 3 of you that said so far on a model. Okay, good to know. So here we go. Let's get this baby into the wizard, because we don't want to have to go to CMR every time. We don't want to have to bring in this shirt every time. We don't want to have to hand place the design on this shirt every time. Okay, so let's do it. Got this here under my mockup creator tab. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of that white background. You can't see it right now, but let me just show you. See how it's got the white background back behind it? What if we wanted to put it on a blue background? This is just a JPEG, so, right? So here's what we're going to do. We want to cut out all of that white. So instead of like we used to and have to B-spline tool it, what I can do now is I'm just going to click on Create Auto Boundary. And what that did is it drew a boundary around that JPEG. All right? So I have 2 objects right now, the boundary and the shirt. Highlight both of them. Make sure you have them both highlighted. You can move it to make sure. And then I'm going to hit Cut Out Color Change Mockup. It's going to process through here. Now, to you guys, it doesn't look like much has changed, correct? Does everything look pretty much the same to you guys right now? Here's the difference. Let me draw that blue background we were talking about. Doesn't that look nicer? And then what's really cool is I can say, I want this to be a yellow shirt. I want this to be a light blue shirt. I want this to be an orange shirt, a green shirt. And I can change the color of the shirt to everything I want. Now, anything on this is what 98% of you are doing right now that are using this feature. But anything look weird to you on this? Because there's something that's annoying the hell out of me. Everybody's saying it, right? The tag. The tag. The tag. Yes. So let me go back a few steps and show you a little trick. Okay. I'm back to just my trace, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on my tag here. All right? And it's pixelated. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to do the B-spline tool, and it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just going to come down here. Tag kind of goes like this, up around there a little bit, and then kind of following with the collar to there. Everybody with me? Now, with that little tag selected, I'm going to shift click to my original image. Okay, so I have my main image shirt and I have the tag that I drew selected. Everybody with me? Because there's only 3 items total on my page right now. I have 2 of the 3 selected. I hit Control Z to go back. Everybody see where I am at the top, the intersect tool? And it's showing the little pop-up, intersect. I'm going to click on intersect. Again, it looks like nothing happened, right? But watch. There's my original drawing. I'm going to delete that. There's my tag. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Here's the key and the step that a lot of you are going to miss. You can Control C to copy, or you can just click on the tag, right click, and copy. Okay, I copied my tag. What did I do to my tag? Because this is what a lot of you are going to miss when you try to redo this. I copied just my tag, okay? Because when I do this color change thing, it's going to delete that tag. So check out how cool this is. And you can even get rid of it now if you wanted to. You don't need it there. I'm going to click on my boundary or just highlight the whole thing. Let's just do highlight the whole thing. That's easier. And I'm going to cut out color change mockup. So what that's going to do is what we did before, and I'm going to make it yellow. Does it look a lot better now? No, it doesn't, right? But if I hit Control V, paste, it pastes the tag right back into the spot where I copied it from. Now look at the difference when I hit these colors. There's blue, there's light blue, there's pink, there's yellow, there's purple. That's pretty sweet, isn't it? And doesn't that look a whole lot better than it did before? Way more realistic, isn't it? Pretty cool. What if you wanted to get rid of the tag? You could technically get rid of the tag, I'm sure. What I'd probably do is something like this. I might select maybe an area around here, somewhere in this area, and do an intersect, and then grab that and trace it over. But it's going to be hard. Yeah, even that isn't going to look great, because you're going to kind of have a little boundary around it. But again, you don't really want to get rid of the tag because you're selling a Gildan shirt or whatever it is, right? Yes, in Photoshop you could clone tool, yes. All right, everybody pretty comfortable with this one? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save it as this weird purple, let's say. So now I want to get this into the wizard to be saved forever, because I don't want to redo and rework that every time that happens. So to do that, I'm going to come down to add products, and what's my normal width on a men's shirt? Let's just say 11 inches. I'm going to do a front design, and I'm going to create design placement. I'm going to move this red box to where I think that it is going to be 11 inches from the left side to the right side. So from there to there, I'm telling myself that's 11 inches. Everybody with me? Even though, don't pay attention to this up here. That means nothing, okay? From the left side to the right side, I'm saying is 11 inches. Everybody with me on that? Don't get confused by your settings up there. This is so it stays proportionate. So, once I have it placed where I want, highlight both of them, and then I'm going to come down, I'm going to say I want to add this to the men's shirt, and we're going to call it Gildan Purple, we'll just call it. Gildan Purple. And I'm going to go Save Custom Product. That's going to process through, and it says product has been saved, men's Gildan Purple front. Okay. All right. So now that I've saved that, let me just open up a new page here. And let me just pull in a quick design. Here, I have a design here. I have this design here, and I want to throw this design onto that shirt. So I'm going to go to Mockups. I'm going to go to Men's and Gildan Purple Front. It shows me a little preview of it right there. Click on the shirt, and then there's my design on it. And now that it's saved, I can always change the color to whatever I want. Yeah, I was just playing around with this clip art. This is the one you guys got free from the class Tuesday with Sean. So I was just playing around with it. That makes sense to everybody? Yeah, you can still, so like for example, if this were black, I want to right click on white, or if this were white, I want to right click on black. And now that's saved, and the tag saved at the right colors for you as well. So if it were yellow, that tag stays white. You don't have to save it as purple, Valerie. Valerie said, so why save it as purple if you can change the color? I just saved it as purple to give me reference of that's the one that I just saved for the class here. Do you guys like the volleyball with the baseball? It's a 2-sport shirt. All right. Feel pretty comfortable with that one? Again, that one was a pretty easy one. You guys ready to move on to the next one? Like I said, it's going to get a little bit more difficult and a little bit more difficult each time. If you're creating color changing items, yes, always start with a white shirt. Okay? Now, a lot of people will say, well, with the Bella shirts, I want exact colors. Okay? You guys know how to do all of this now. Okay? From this webinar, you're going to know how to do all of this. However, Bella 3001 has 64 different colors, I think. Do you want to, and this is where, again, we try to help you guys. Do you want to recreate all 64 different colors like we just did right there? Or do you want the whole pack of 64 for $10? So we've talked with Sanmarn. They're allowing us to do some of their different brands and shirts to be able to do this. Okay? So if you say, I want the white Bella or I want the yellow Bella, this is their actual yellow shirt here. So when I have that and I click there, that's on Bella Canvas's actual yellow shirt to match their color. Everybody got it? But again, I want you guys to know how to do it. And if you say, I don't want to spend $10 and I have time, I'll go through and do the 64 of them, right? To get it into the wizard, Cheryl, all you do is you just install it and it'll automatically go to the correct folder for it. If you have any issues, just call the warehouse and they'll do it for you and show you how, right? All right, feeling pretty comfortable with that? Time is money, 100%, Suzanne. I mean, it took me probably 3.5, 4 hours to do that. So what's it worth? Are you worth more than $2 an hour? I'm assuming so, right? Okay, so let's get off of this one. And I'm just going to close this out. Let's move on to our next one. So the next product that we're doing, like I said, going to get a little more difficult each time. Next one is going to be, open up a new document. Will that include, we do have a car decal within the wizard, yes. We got a hat here, okay? So if I just want to do a super easy hat, again, it's all pixelated. So super easy version is this. We have the hat, right? I come over to my mockup creator, I create auto boundary. It creates a boundary, I highlight it all, I hit cut out color change mockup, and it's going to process through here, and now I can change the hat to different colors, okay? And then I say what the width is, I save it under hats, and I'm good to go, okay? That's the exact same thing we just did, so it doesn't differ from hats to shirts and so on. Make sense to everybody? But I'm going to make this one a lot more difficult, like I said. So let me go back to the first step. I have my hat here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an auto boundary. Now, with this auto boundary, I'm going to double click on it, and I am going to delete all of those. and then I'm going to delete this node, and I'm going to delete this node. I'm going to grab this node. I clicked on it. It gives me my little arrow here, and I'm going to start bringing my arrows up this way. Who knows what I'm doing right now? And then to add nodes, just double click on the line, and then you can keep adjusting your arrows here. Right? Double click, adjust my arrows a little bit. So see how I'm trying to get basically right onto that seam right there? Can you all see what I'm doing with this? So basically I got it right onto that seam. Bring this one down a little bit and bring that up a tiny bit, and I'm good to go. I didn't want to retrace all of this, so I used the auto boundary to save me some time. Got it? Now, if I wanted just this one, remember what's going to happen. I'm going to do it wrong first, okay? If I click on the hat and this, all right, and I cut out color change mockup, what's it going to do? It's going to do this here. Oops, I got a billless hat, right? So I'm going to Control Z and go back, just like we did with the tag, okay? I'm going to copy, Control C. I copied the hat, just the hat part. Highlight it all, cut out color change mockup. It's going to process through, and Control V to paste. It put the rest of my hat back, and now that hat is going to be on the top, okay? So I want to send that to the back, and now I have a yellow and white hat. Or a pink and white hat, or a blue and white hat. So I can now change that part of the hat to whatever color I want. And I can do the exact same thing with the bill as well, okay? And I can have them both be different. So let me show you, and I'll run through the whole process for you. So create an auto, so I don't have the purple selected at all, okay? Just this part. Again, create an auto boundary, or on this one, to send it to the back, I just hit B for back right over here. This one, I'm going to show you the other process of if I wanted to do a B-spline tool. Oh, I don't want a polyline. I want a B-spline. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to start right there. I'm going to do a little inside of the hat, and as I move it, you can see kind of how it traces around. Just so you can see both. So some people off the start, editing the nodes might be more difficult for you. So that's why I want to show you both processes of using the B-spline tool, and then that first one I did the editing of the nodes. So tracing around this still. Now when I come up to the top, yes, I'm going to get rid of that pixelation. You'll see. When I come up to the top, I just want to have it a slight little overlap. Can you guys, is it clear enough on the screen to where you guys can see I'm slightly overlapping the purple? Good, okay. Just wanted to make sure you could see that. That's important, otherwise you'll see a white background. So good there, boom, and good. So now I just drew that. I'm going to select that object and then the hat, okay? So I got the hat behind there. I'm going to send the purple and copy it. I just hit Control C to copy the purple, and now I'm going to delete it. So whenever you copy something, does everybody know you have it saved kind of in your clipboard? Like whatever you've copied, you have it. It's kind of saved there for a Control V. So it's almost like I saved that purple real quick, okay? So highlight both of these, cut out color change mockup until you do it again, exactly. It's only going to save your last copy. And now I Control V, drop my purple back on there, and guess what I have now? White and green. Obviously the green, I want to put maybe a white background, or for the pink, I want to put a black background. And now you can see I have a color changing hat for the top and the bottom. Pretty cool, isn't it? And you can do this with anything. A hat's a good example because you do see a lot of hats like this that have, so there's an orange and white hat right there. Now, the thing that I do recommend that you need to be careful with something like this is you got to be careful with it for the fact of you got to be able to get an orange and white hat like this, right? Don't just make up colors of a hat that you can't get. Yes, that's a great question. So what if you said I wanted this part as well? You definitely could. So check it out. If I were to go to my B-spline tool and watch if I even go outside of it. I just want to show you something real quick. I'm going outside of that area. Boom, like that. And then I'm going to click there, shift click on that, and do an intersect. Get rid of that line that I drew, and now I have an orange top. That was probably a new trick for maybe everybody here. I don't know if I've ever showed anybody that trick. Johnny, are you listing new things that you've learned? Is that why these numbers are coming in? Just to let you guys know, I've been getting confused because Johnny keeps putting like 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. And I'm like, what is Johnny doing? And I just figured it out. Every time Johnny learns something new, he puts 17, 18, 19. That's awesome. Okay, you guys need me to do that again? Does everybody see how I did that? Because it keeps it as a color changing one, right? Isn't that sweet? Okay, I'll do it again. Let me go back. That's honestly a trick I don't think I've ever showed you guys. So this is a color changing top of the hat, right? Anytime you trace, because if you go to the wireframe, you see where my line is there. So if I were to B-spline tool around this, what most people would do, and I'm assuming everybody here, I did off the start, you would try to trace perfectly along this line, right? All you need to do is trace the part of the hat that you want, and then you can go way outside of it. Because the intersect tool, okay, so and remember, this is already color changing, so it'll keep it, whatever part you clip, color changing. So, clicked on the top of the hat, shift click to my little drawing, and then intersect. So I intersect that, get rid of this. There, oh, I went back the wrong way there, sorry. Boom, and intersect. So, ooh, let me actually show you. Watch this. If I click on the hat first and then that, ooh, that's a great tip right there. I honestly didn't even know that. I just learned something new. No refund for me today. Watch this. If I click on the hat first and then my drawing, I'm actually telling it to intersect the opposite. I'm telling it to intersect my drawing. Everybody see that? I need to click on the drawing first and then the hat and intersect, and then it gets what I need, which is the bill of the hat or the button on the hat. And then I can change that color to an orange and match it with the hat. And then what's really cool is once you have that, shift click on both of my oranges and Control G to group those together. So now when I change colors down the road, it'll change them both at the same time. Everybody see that? If you group them together, then it'll change them both. So you're not having to change this and then that, this and then that. And honestly, thinking about that now, okay, yeah, we're probably going to go over today because I still got a good amount to do. But now I'm just playing. this little part right here. Boom. And then this little part right here. The little eyelets, right? Boom. And then let me take both of those, bring those together, click here, intersect there. Oh yeah, baby. And then group those together and orange. I like it. I mean, I'll be a little more careful with my circle there to make it look a little bit nicer. I just wanted to kind of get the idea to see if it would work. Man, we went from a pretty dang basic white hat to a pretty cool looking hat, didn't we? I think so. That's pretty sweet. Okay, I gotta save this hat so you guys can have it. Let's go hat mock-up. I think I got this hat off of Sanmar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I pulled this one off of Sanmar's site. Most of the stuff I have here I pulled off Sanmar. All right. Hat's good. That was a lot of stuff right there, right? That was a lot of stuff. And I'm pretty positive that every single one of you learned at least one thing new in that, because I know I did, as far as the order of doing the intersect tool on that. So I'm pretty positive I'm already locked up as far as no refunds for the day, right? All right. Next one. You guys know one thing I hate, right? A lot of you know the one thing I freaking hate is this right here. Oh, yes. So, you see this all the time. I'm going to just bring a design in just to give you an idea. And let's shrink this down. How many times do you freaking see this on the internet? Those damn hoodie strings. And everybody just plops a design right over top of it. Right? East Bay has the designs over the strings. That's awesome. Looks like crap, right? All right. Super easy and very, very. I got this. This is the Champion short sleeve hoodie from Sanmar as well. So let's go ahead and knock this one out. Now, with this one, would we do a color changing shirt or not? You could probably, because it's kind of a grayish, but I wouldn't. Because there's only 3 colors of these hoodies on the site anyway. I would just make 3 of them. That way I know the colors are matching perfect. So, to do this one, here's what we're going to do. All I want to do is get rid of that white background just to make it look a lot nicer. And I'll show you what I'm talking about again. That right there, the white background. So, click on it, create auto boundary. It's going to process through here. Got my auto boundary created. Highlight both. And then this, ooh, this is a good one. Nice, I like it. Check this out. With this design, watch what's happening here. When I go create auto boundary, this top part is a little bit too light. And look, oh, now it took it. Did any of you guys see it the first time it didn't take the top of the hood? I saw it too. I just enlarged it a little bit and it hit it perfect. Oh, I might have learned something new again. All right, let me try and move it back a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit smaller again and create auto boundary. It hit it perfect again. Damn it. I want it to mess up again so I can show you how to fix it. Okay, maybe I'll get the next one to do it. But some of you guys used it or saw it, right? Okay, let me go back to my original size. There's my original one. So let's create auto boundary. There, yes. Okay, got it again from the original. Can everybody see my line there? How it didn't catch it all? But it caught basically everything else good. Okay, maybe even right there a little bit weird. I'm just going to clean that area up a little bit. So what I like to do on a fix like this, just to show you how to fix it, number one, make it a little bit taller and it looks like that fixed it, right? That would be sweet. But I just go to my B-spline tool, I find out where it's good, right around here, and then I just start creating another one. It would take you a lot longer because of the detail of the hood here to just edit all the nodes. So what I'm doing is just B-splining around this because I know 90% of the design did catch right. Okay. Get to there, finish up right there on that, and then all you need to do is come back over here and connect. And then what do? How do I get these together? Shift click onto my one, so I have that, and weld them together. And now I have this. Good? Everybody understand what I did there? And then highlight both of them. We don't want color change mockup. We want cutout image mockup. And now when we put it on our blue background, we got ourselves a nice looking hoodie, sitting pretty with no pixelation. The shift click, Sandra, is just allowing me to select the second item. So you can either highlight it all or click and then shift click. Okay. So we got that back area cleaned up. How many of you do it that way, the way that I just showed you? I promise it'll save you a lot of time. A lot of you give up. How many of you, be honest with me, how many of you, when it does that, you just B-spline the entire thing? Because you think that it didn't work good. Use what did work. It's not going to work 100% of the time, right? And then some of you might do the edit nodes, but the edit nodes can be difficult having to add nodes in there and adjust all of your handles, right? So that way, doing it that way is much, much quicker. All right, so now that we have that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here and I am going to use my B-spline tool. And I don't need to be perfect with this. I just need to be pretty good. Kind of like lining up a shirt, right? Come around here. I can see it kind of goes out into like a little bit of a knot circle there. Up around here. And then once you get up here, just attach. And then I'm going to go same thing here. Coming down the side here. Remember, you're only going to have to do this one time. Okay? Once you create, well, actually, you guys won't have to do this anytime because you're going to get this for free. But when you create your own, you're only going to have to do it the one time for that shirt. And then once you have it saved, it'll always be in there. Okay. So I traced both of them with the B-spline. To get the corner again, Johnny, you hold V as in Victor. And that's what gives it kind of that, it sets it in that corner to get the straight line. So what I want to do is click on both of these and weld them together so they're all one. And then I'm going to shift click onto the shirt and use what tool? What do you guys got for me? Who's been paying attention? You guys are all on it. Right up here at the top, intersect. I'm going to click intersect. I'm going to get rid of my drawing, and then look what I have, my laces. So here's the key with this, okay? We've designed the wizard to do this for you. You just have to set it up the right way, okay? And here's what I mean by that. Mockup creator, 11 inches, right? Create design placement. Now, we're going to say from there to there is 11 inches, okay? Which is fine. Now, my question to you, if I save it like this, is it going to be good? Or where is it going to place my image? It's going to place my image above it, right? Because I have it above it. Remember, we have 3 items here. How do I get that red underneath my laces? This is a little trick that I'm going to say 75% of you don't know yet. How do I go back 1 layer? I see a lot of you saying right, move back a layer, move back a layer. How do I go back 1 layer? Control page down. I see there's different ways in Corel that a lot of you, that's smart. That's smart. Right click, order back 1 is what most of you are saying. Right click and then go to order and then go back 1, right? That's a lot of clicks though. Here's what you're going to do. Everybody with me? See the B right here? If I left click on the B, it sends it all the way to the back. I don't want that. But if I do what? Right click on the B, it goes back 1 layer. If I right click on the B again, it goes back 1 more layer. If I right click on the F, it brings it up 1 layer. Right click again, it brings it up 1 more layer. That's a huge button right there that I use all the time. Isn't that a lot easier than right clicking and then going to order, then you go off it, then you got to go back 1? Super simple. All right. So now that we have that, highlight it all. Now I'm going to create a brand new, I got a couple hell yeahs. I like it. I'm going to create a brand new folder this time. Okay. So I'm going to go everybody see where I am in the wizard over here in Mockup Creator? I'm going to go add new folder, and I'm going to call it, I'm just going to call it Sanmar. Okay. So now it's got the folder Sanmar, and what's the name of this file? We're going to call it short hoodie. And then I have it all selected. I'm going to save custom product. Your product has been saved, Sanmar short hoodie front. Okay. So let's bring a design in. We're going to bring in our baseball volleyball design. And let's say our baseball volleyball design, 9 inches. That's a pretty good size. So I'm going to come over to my mockups and look what's in there now. We didn't have a Sanmar folder before. We just created that. So click on Sanmar. There's my short sleeve hoodie front. Click on my hoodie and look how good that looks. Pretty nice, isn't it? That's a boom right there, right? So much better. But remember, this is saved in there forever now. So you just created that, and now you'll never have to recreate that again because that is saved in there until you ever decide to delete it. So any hoodie, like this is something that's somewhat new. So even for example, under men's, and men's sweatshirt front. Watch this. I even learn new things, right? If I go here and go to my men's sweatshirt from years ago, just so you guys know, I did the same thing you guys did. When we created this sweatshirt years ago, look where my laces are. So I'm not one to make fun of anybody, but now that I know how to make them a whole lot better, we do that, right? All right. How we looking? Everybody pretty comfortable with that? Yes? Sweet. Mind blown 5th day in a row. That's awesome. Okay. Ready for the next one? I'm ready for the next one. This one's going to be pretty sweet. You guys are going to like this one. Not like you didn't like. Can you delete a mockup? Yeah, let me show you real quick. So to delete mockups, under Mockup Creator, see the edit and delete folders? You can delete mockups right here. So if I went to my hat folder and I wanted to get rid of this hat right here, I could just delete it and that hat's gone. I can delete it and that hat's gone and just hit save. Just remember, when you delete it, it's gone. Okay? It's not hiding somewhere for you. So just make sure you know you want to delete it. Yes, when I send these to you, you'll get the file ready to go, and then you'll just add them to your wizard. Yes. But that's the thing. I'm going to get you the file ready to go. I could make it easy to where it'll go into your folder, but I'm not going to do that. And why am I not going to do that? If I do that, then you're not going to learn how to add it in. So that's your homework. And if you guys have questions, you can message on Facebook and email. Okay. We have no problem helping you. And like I said, the reason why I'm not going to do that isn't to make it easier for me. It would honestly be easier for me to do that, but I want you guys to learn it. And that's the whole point. Okay. But believe me, it's going to, like, the color changing hat's already going to be a color changing hat and all of that stuff. The only thing you'll have to do is, you won't even have to do the boundary and all of that stuff. Only thing you'll have to do is pick your design size and add it to a folder. Got it? So like the main kind of harder parts off the start, that part will be done for you. You just need to add it to your wizard. All right, next one here. How about this guy here? Anything look weird about this guy to you? You can see the straw, which is good because it's a see-through cup anyway. I'm fine with that. Does the straw seem short and cut off? Doesn't it? It feels like if you try to drink any of the drink, your face is going to be plastered against the top. So, and it's definitely not going to run perfect with so I'm doing this one because I know it's going to be hard, okay? But check this out. Create auto boundary. Let's see what it gets for me here. That's what it got. Decent amount, not bad. Okay, we'll be able to work with some of that. Bree was great. Awesome, Rhonda. Love to hear that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little editing of this to make it look better before I create my mockup. Okay, so a couple tricks again, probably things I haven't really done in webinars before. First thing is I need the straw to be longer. So I'm going to grab a rectangle tool. I'm going to click on my straw here. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go a little bit on my outside area here. Just make sure I have the entire straw. And check my top here. That looks pretty good. What tool am I going to use right now? A lot of you think I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, watch. Shift click, intersect. Get rid of this. And then a lot of you think, oh, I'm going to duplicate it and put it up there. That looks kind of weird to me, right? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to intersect and then stretch it out. And then I just need to make sure I'm a little bit outside of that area. And now it looks like one straw, doesn't it? Everybody see the difference of why I did it that way? Had I done it this way and dragged it up, it would look weird. It would look like the straw is cut in half. So what I did is I have it and I'm just stretching it. And then I see that little spot, so I'll just move it over a tiny bit to cover that up. And now I have an extended straw. Johnny just messaged and said, dude, I'm going to stop counting. Let's just assume I learned a lot. Okay, now the next thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is this. I look at that and I don't like that a whole lot. So I'm going to grab my ellipse tool. I'm going to draw a little circle here. You guys know what I'm doing, don't you? I'm going to thicken up that line a little bit. Maybe let's go to 1. That looks pretty good there. Shrink it down a tiny bit so it's about the same width. That looks pretty good. I'm good with that. Now, remember, this is just a line, okay? That's just a line. So I need to come up here like we did on day 1 of the class, and I'm going to convert it to an object, and now it's an actual object. Okay? Now I want to get the same color of kind of this grayish tint. So I'm going to click on my eyedropper over here. I'm going to get that gray color, and I'm going to turn this that gray color. I still got a little work to do, okay? I'm going to take this and move it up so it's completely filled in there. Still got a little work to do. I'm going to go big time details on this one. That's annoying me. Is it annoying you guys? It's annoying me, okay? So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to come over to my eraser tool, and I am going to do a 0.02. Now let's go even smaller, 0.01. And I got to click on that area, and I'm going to erase part of that. And I'm going to erase part of that. It isn't erasing that gray part because I didn't have that selected. You could edit nodes, yeah. I just wanted to show the erase tool for a lot of people that haven't used it. Okay? And then, just to make that top part look a little bit more realistic and so it's not kind of all vectored up like that, what do you guys think I would do? I want to bring the shading down. It's a little bit too dark for me. So, if I wanted to make it a little bit less dark, I'm going to go maybe there to there. Okay. I see some of you saying transparency, but watch this. What I'm going to do is highlight the entire thing and watch the difference. You'll see it looks a little bit better. And I'm going to go bitmap, convert to bitmap, okay. And see how now it pixelated all of that so it all looks like it's the same thing. Everybody get that? Now, doesn't the top of this straw look a whole lot more realistic than it did before? And I just did the bitmap because I wanted a little bit of a pixelation in there. And now I have a finished straw at the top. All right. So now what we could do, no, you can't edit it, Pilar, because that was a vector file. It doesn't have any pixelation. So you wouldn't be able to use the interactive fill tool with that. All right, so now I'm going to come over. Yeah, usually you want to clean up your file and you're trying to make it more pixelated. Exactly, exactly. So we need to do our create auto boundary. Let's see what it does for us so far. Ooh, see, unable to find a boundary. So I got really tough. Now it's not even really finding any of it because of that. Okay. Now there are a few different things we could do. I could come up here to my bitmaps and I can go to my image adjustment lab. And if I wanted to, I could make my image a little bit darker. All right. And then, and this doesn't always work, but sometimes if you do make it a little bit darker, it'll trace a little bit better. And I'm still not happy with kind of the bumps in that side right there. So what I would honestly do with this is I would just do a quick trace of it. Because again, by the time I B-spline, I would have easily had all of this done. You know what I mean? By the time I fix all of those, now you can see the cup goes a little bit outside of the kind of areas that you see. So that's why I'm going a little bit outside of it. But by the time I fixed all of those nodes of all of those different little bumps, I could easily have this traced in that amount of time. So coming up around here. Now, if I wanted to, again, double click, zoom in a little bit more. Oh man, see how I missed that a little bit? Can you guys see that right here? So just double click on it and I can adjust from there. So just because you miss something doesn't necessarily mean that you got to start over every time. And then my V for Victor, I'm not able to auto trace this one because it's so white, it isn't seeing it. I see most of you saying I would have started over. Believe me, I used to all the time too. Tracing up around the top here. V is in Victor. Just holding it down. V is in Victor again. And then coming around my side here. But see how we can barely even see the difference in the lining there. So that's why, obviously, the software can't see it either. Yes, the B-spline always wants to, that's a great point, Valerie. The B-spline always wants to create curves. So by holding the V, that's what's doing that for you. Cut out image mockup, and we have our cup ready to go now. Now let's save this cup. So I'm going to go, width is, I don't know, what, 4.5 inches maybe? Create design placement. Let's add this to right here. Throw it kind of in the middle there. And let's say 4.5 inches is from about there to there. Highlight it all. We are going to go to tumblers. And I'm going to call this clear tumbler 1 and save custom product. Good to go. Let's open up a new file here And the file I want to open this time is this Live Simple. Oh, that's an older or a newer version. Well, even if we wanted this Beach Please. We want this Beach Please design on that, and we want it 4.5 inches, and we want it to be all black. And it could be sign vinyl, it could be whatever, it could be bling anything glitter, whatever we want. But we go to our mock-ups, we go to our tumblers, we do clear tumbler front, and there it is on our tumbler. And then again, if we wanted a background, I mean, honestly, you could even do this. What if I went to here and I search beach background? I bring an image in here with our tumbler. Because we've kind of knocked out that whole background on it, we can throw our tumbler on the beach if we want. Right? And obviously we would want a cleaner image of a beach background or whatever it is, but super simple to do something like that. And most of you want to be there right now, right? All right. Again, like I was saying, got a little more detail with that, but yes, the beach is right down the road from us. We just aren't allowed to go there because they're shut down right now. Everybody pretty comfortable with that one? And again, like I said, I was getting a lot more detailed with this one here. I mean, honestly, tell me the truth. How many of you would have spent the extra time to make the straw taller and add the circle at the straw? How many of you really would have done that before? That's a great point. Yes. Kathleen, I see a lot of you. I see a lot of you saying, I would have wanted it, but not known how to do it. Yep. Not me. You drink too many milkshakes. Okay. You guys ready for the next one? We got time for another one. Plenty of time for another one. Let's go. All right. So now I want to give you an example of something that I used to do all the time. So as you guys know, yeah, you guys are going to get the tumbler. As you guys know, when I started my business, what did I start my business as? What did I do? Car decals, right? Everybody knows car decals. I tried pacifiers, just wasn't able to sell any of them. But yes, car decals. So here's what I like to do is, number one, I always love to take an actual image of the person's car. And I would tell them, what I would tell them is, hey, if I'm in Florida and they're in California and they say, hey, I would say, go out, measure the width of your car back window, measure the height of your back window, and then take a picture of your entire back window. And I would throw a mock-up onto the back window of their car so they could see exactly what it looked like. Okay? And then what I also did at different times is I would go and try and find images of the back windows of cars. So I would go to, for example, let's say the BMW website, and I would build a car, with their little building things. And I would build a car and I would rotate the car to where it would show the back window. And then it would give me an image like this. So even if somebody said, I have a Honda, I have a this, I would go online. My goal was to try and always, if I could, match kind of the car. So That's the thing, is if you can put it on a car of somebody's. So for example, I'm using this one, and our local Chick-fil-A, okay, he has a BMW like this one, all right, and he wanted the Chick-fil-A stuff on the back window of a car. Well, his car already had a decal on it. He wanted to update it. He couldn't really take a picture. Then I'm photoshopping everything out of it. So that's where I said, okay, what one do you have? I have this one. And then I would go find an image on the internet somewhere and show him what it's going to look like on his car. Okay. So with those, I'm not really worried about our B-spline trace around it, just because it's a full image of a car anyway. It's not like I'm putting this on a fundraiser order form and everybody has a BMW that they're doing stuff with, right? But I also want to be able to show the image. And what you can also do, honestly, if you just wanted to show the back window of a car, but not necessarily the whole BMW thing, take that, go to your crop this out like this here, double click, and now you have the back window of a car. And now it's not really using a name brand and stuff like that. Does that make sense? So I'm going to Control Z and go back. Now I want to add this to the wizard, right? So to add this to the wizard, they're going to send me their measurements. Okay? So when I go to my mockup creator and I come over and I say, okay, they said that the back window is 40 inches wide. So I'm going to go 40 inches there. Create design placement. I'm going to bring this up here. And again, I want it probably just above. Can everybody see the back window wiper right there? We want to obviously keep it above the back window wiper a little bit. And then what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to know and make sure that this decal is going to fit within this car, right? So I'm going to look at that and I'm going to say, that looks pretty good. An easy way to see if it's centered good, pay attention to your middle points here. And I'm looking at the logo in the middle top of the car there. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's lined up pretty good for me. Okay. Highlight both of them. I'm going to add a new folder and I'm going to call this the car window folder and click OK. And then I'm going to save this as my BMW X7 and save custom product. Processes through. Product has been saved to car window BMW X7. Okay. So now that we have that in there, what I'm going to come do is, let's just say, and you guys will get this as well. It's going to take me 2-3 minutes to make it, but they want the Rhinestone World calls you, or the Decal World, or whoever, and they want a back window decal. So I'm going to go the Rhinestone World. Let's find a font that we can use. So I'm just scrolling through some different fonts here that look somewhat nice. And let's see here. I'm looking for something kind of bold. This one looks pretty cool. Let's go with this one. I got this one here. And I'm going to take this here and I'm going to go, let's say, 36 inches wide. Because we don't want to go the whole entire window, right? So I'm going to go about 36 inches. Remember the text effects we used the other day? I'm going to add a little arc and hit apply. And I'm going to say that's too tall. All right? Drag this down a tiny bit. And it just, see how it just made my arc be not quite as much? Everybody see how that happened? I just grabbed the top and brought it down just a little bit. Got it? And then I'm going to go text tool again, and I'm going to go decals. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it as I'm typing. And we'll go that same font. We're going to go decals. We'll go probably all uppercase. So screen printing. I'm just listing a couple different things that you may do. And fundraising. And maybe we do rhinestones. I would hope the Rhinestone World does rhinestones. And then let's get this. Let's shrink that down into maybe a size right underneath here. So that looks pretty good there. And then in the middle here, I may want, or probably at the bottom, even a little bit bigger. Let's try it that way. So with this one here, I'm just going to hold shift and drag it in, make those a little bit smaller. It's going to fit right up into this area. I'm going to duplicate this and center it. So now when I type embroidery, yeah, you'll be able to edit this. I'll give you guys this as a live template. And then I'm going to go 941-755-1696. And then I'm going to go info. We'll go upper and lower for this. Info at therhinestoneworld.com. Make this guy a little bit bigger and the full width down here. Now, what I like to do is I like to have something kind of separating, kind of like I had those lines separating up there. And I wanted just maybe like a little dot. So what I would do is just draw a little circle and just kind of throw it as a little separator and say, okay, I need a little bit more spacing. There we go. That makes sense? And now make that a little bit smaller. I got that there. I want to throw, I don't know, maybe a couple stars on here. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to my polygon. I'm going to choose a star, and I'm going to add a star here. And then I'm going to drag a star over to this side as well. I don't know, just add a little something extra. Doesn't matter. Highlight the entire design, respace my design, and I'm going to make this into FDC sign vinyl and white. I have that. See the black outline? Good test for you guys. How do I fix that? You guys learned this on Monday. You better know it. You got it, Tasha. You got it, John and Sharon. Yes, you guys are on it. And the circle, right? Right click on the X, and it's all gone. Highlight the entire design, mock-ups. Let's come over here to, what do we call it, car window? And BMW X7. Click on the BMW, and there it is on the back window of my car. And now I might look at this and say, oh man, I'm a little bit too tall, right? It's a little bit too big. So I Control Z and go back and say, okay, how am I going to fix that? Number one is I could shrink that a little bit, but I probably need to shrink the overall design a little bit as well. And now let's zoom in. And now I can see it's fitting perfect. Let's see. If I take this and I come over here to my money sign, that's insane. If you buy a 50-yard roll, okay? If you bought a 50-yard roll of sign vinyl, you have 92 cents in vinyl cost for that entire freaking decal. That's called cha-ching, right? What would you guys charge for this? 3-line decal. How much would you charge? I'm asking you first. I know what I used to charge. I see 35, 35, 25, 25, 40, 30, 50, 15, 30, 50, 25, 75, 40, 40, 50, 25, 25. For a 3-line decal like this one with just text, for a full size, I think my sizing back then was between 30 and 40 inches. 3-line between 30 and 40 inches was normally $50. And then if they wanted me to install it, it was an additional $25 installation. It's completely custom. Now, here's the cool thing about it, is you could sell this for $25 and you're still making a killing. So, depending, everybody's area, everybody's market is a little bit different, right? So, if I'm selling it to a BMW X7, I'm not selling it for 20 bucks, right? So that's where, again, know your area, know your market. All right, and I got that. I'll have that saved so you guys can have that one as well there. Okay, so what I want to do now is I wanted to save and even more time. I'm going to go over a little bit as well, but I want to be able to answer some questions for you guys. Okay, so we created the 2-color hat mock-up. We created the car. We created the hoodie with the strings. We created the basic t-shirt. We created the tumbler with the added straw. So you guys will get all those mock-ups. I'll add them all to the order history and stuff, so you guys have all of those. But of all of the different things that I went through, what do you guys feel like was the most confusing, or it didn't kind of click and you guys aren't really 100% positive on it? Yes, that's a great one, Valerie. Let me show that one. So Valerie's question was, here, let me save this real quick too. Card. So Valerie's question was, can you explain the difference between the cutout color change mockup and the cutout image mockup? So what the difference of those are, Valerie, just to show you real quick, I'll bring in just the t-shirt here, is I'm going to have this one. I go to if I create an auto boundary, which you're always going to do, and if I do a cutout color change mockup on a white shirt, what that does is I'm cutting it out to be a color change. So what it means, obviously, is when I click on the shirt now, I can change the colors of it. However, if it were a black shirt, if it were a shirt, like if it were a shirt where I'm trying to keep the exact same color of the shirt for like the Bella green shirt or whatever it is, that's where I want the logo and the tag and everything. I just do a cutout image mock-up, and what that did is it just trimmed around the image, so all that white background is still gone, but it's giving you the true color of the shirt and the tag and everything else involved in it. Got it? Sweet. Getting rid of the strings. Getting rid of the strings was basically the exact same as the others. So when I drew around this and did the intersect, what I'm technically doing is I'm not getting rid of the strings. I'm adding strings. So I'm adding, when I trace around it, and I do the intersect, I'm actually duplicating just the strings. And then think of your design as your peanut butter, and you're just putting it in the middle of the bread, right? So it sits behind that top layer. And I hate jelly, so no peanut butter and jelly. So when I say getting rid of the strings, I probably shouldn't say it that way, because I'm actually duplicating the strings, but I'm putting them on top of the design. So it looks like the design's behind the strings. When you're using the eraser tool, how can you get your cut lines to be straight when you have 2 or more layers, or is it just images that are not going to cut out? No. So for example, Jeff, if you had even a vector square and it were a pink square like this, okay? And I use my eraser tool, and let me go 0.25, and I wanted to erase some of this, it's going to erase it, right? And then if you were saying to get these to cut straight, that's where you would just need to do a little bit of editing, and you would need to get rid of some of those nodes. Another thing you can do, you want to see a pretty sweet way to clean that up a little bit, other than the editing nodes and deleting nodes. Check this out. New one for you guys. See the smooth tool? Go to the smooth tool. See all of the nodes there? See how they're all disappearing? I'm smoothing it out. So now instead of editing every single node, I click the smooth tool, and now it made all of that a lot smoother instead of jaggedy. Did what I just do make sense to you guys right there? I got another way I can show you. Check this out. This might explain it a little bit more. So if I had, let me just do a B-spline tool, and I'm going to go still going along here. Oh, there we go. All right, so let me end that and check this out. So, and I can just do it with the line. I don't even need that. So with this line right here, you can see how jaggedy it is, right? If I come over to my smooth tool, look how it just smooths it out. And if I kept doing my smooth tool, it'll eventually just turn it into a straight line. Even this area right there, watch. See how it's just grabbing it and making it all smooth? It's super cool. Again, a tool that I use, and see how it's moving closer and closer and closer, and now it's all of those nodes I've clicked have now turned into 2 nodes. To end the B-spline tool, you just double left click quick. Cheryl, Sean listed those fonts on Facebook for you guys, I think, on Tuesday. I would have adjusted each node. Most people would have, Johnny. I can show you real quick, Evangeline. So Evangeline had a quick question on the superscript font. So with the superscript font, to add the extra tails, all you do is at the end, I hold shift explanation point. I hold shift @sign. I hold shift number sign, and so on. And I'm just hitting backspace to go back each time. Oh yeah, Jeff, 100% you can. You guys would be amazed. You guys want to see some different things that we do real quick? check this out. I do so many little edits. Sergio, our main designer, hates it when I do this stuff, but I do this stuff all the time. I'll give you an awesome example. I've shown this before, but let me do it because it'll be a good example for you guys. So Jeff just asked a question. Can you do the intersect with an image or a picture? So here's a good example of it, Jeff. Let me find a good image of this. It worked, Evangeline? Awesome. Awesome. So let me grab, I don't know, this one here will probably be super hard to do, which makes me want to do it even more. So let me grab this, pull this in here real quick. Let me go snippet tool, snip that real quick, come over to Corel and paste. All right, so I have this cup here, and let's just say not allowed to do this, so please don't do it and try and sell blank cups. But let's just say you wanted to get rid of this Yeti logo. I would come over here. This is what most people would do. They would click on this, okay? They would come over to their eyedropper, click here, change that color, get rid of the black, and call it a day. And that looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good. What I would do is I would click here, draw that, hold shift, intersect tool, get rid of my original, drag my new one down there, and now it kind of kept that same texture. See how that one's a lot harder to see than that one? And that's just using an image with that intersect tool. But again, don't steal Yeti's cups and go debrand them. Yeti isn't going to be happy with that. And we do that with all types of images all the time. Like I was saying, Sergio gets upset at me all the time when I take an image and I change something out. Let me see if I can show you an example of something with that. Here, let me go copy, paste. So here's our main site. And if I said, you know what? I don't want this on there. Instead of rechanging the entire image, I'll just B-spline, draw around that real quick, and click on my eyedropper. I drop a white area around there, and now that's a clean area and it looks the same. And now I don't have to go find the original file and everything else. So the eyedropper tool and just drawing stuff around just to delete, because this is just a JPEG image. Technically, I shouldn't have been able to do that, right? I know. Serge doesn't like fast and easy, Pilar. He'll really get mad when he'll have a specific font that he's using and I'll use like Impact font. Impact's my go-to. It's simple, it's easy, and everybody can read and it's bold. All right, shoot me some more questions. Oh, just to let you guys know, okay, just to let you guys know, and anybody, I know we're a little over time, so anybody, but just to let you know, we actually did just put, I just mentioned it on Facebook earlier, we did just put next week, a new series next week, and we're focusing this one on themes, okay? So our goal with this one is you're going to get way more in designs than the cost of the class, obviously you're going to learn all the techniques on creating them. But for example, on Monday, I'm going to be creating sports designs and live templates, completely different ones that we've ever done. Okay, these are all going to be brand new files that this is where it's a little bit, these are going to be files we're going to list on the website for sale. You guys are all going to get, anybody who comes to the training series will get them for free. Okay. Day number 2 is going to be creating family and event designs. Okay. For example, family reunion designs or a wedding design or different things like that. Day number 3 is going to be creating trending designs. Okay. Day number 4 is going to be creating birthday designs. So for birthday, for example, we're gonna do, for example, a infant shirt, birthday shirt, and then maybe a Sweet 16 birthday shirt, and then maybe a over the hill birthday shirt. So you have a design for your entire customer base. And then day number 5 is graduation shirts. So obviously the goal of all of these is for you guys to learn how to make all of the designs within the wizard. And we'll be doing them in rhinestone designs, and then we'll be doing multi-decoration designs. We'll be doing vinyl designs and so on. So this is what we got the most requests for off the start. Is I love the whole creating designs. I love learning how to create designs. I want, like, yes, it's awesome to be able to go to your website and get these 12 quarantine designs for $8 or whatever when they're 75% off like they are right now. But I also want to be able to create my own. And every single one of you should be able to create your own, because that's going to save you a lot of money in the long run as well. Right? The sale goes on through Monday night. So just to let you guys know, the 150,000 subscriber sale, where all designs, artwork packs, fonts, everything are 75% off right now. The graph texts are discounted $100 plus a free artwork pack. All the vinyls 15% off, and so on. So yes, you can do the individual classes if you say, I just want to learn how to create trending designs or family designs. But obviously, just like this week was, the full bundle package, you're basically at $5 an hour. Got it? So that will start in the class times. Class times Monday 1 to 3, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 6 to 8, and then Friday 1 to 3 again. Okay? And then again, I'm going to keep getting requests from you guys, especially right now. That's where I see so many people that are taking advantage of these types of things, because a lot of us are home, and a lot of you are in states where you can't leave the house or you can't go to work and you can't do stuff. So that's the goal, is to really focus on bettering you during these slower times with the software. So when everything gets back to some normalcy, then you guys are going to be freaking killing it with designs. All right. On lockdown. Yes, a lot of you are. I know. Believe me, I know. Okay, so the biggest thing, just to let you guys know, I'm gonna work on getting this webinar uploaded. I'm gonna get the mock-ups uploaded as well. Okay. Did everybody throughout the week? Again, I want honest feedback from all of you. Okay. Throughout these 5 days of training, whether it's and you'll get the recorded version of next week's as well, of course. You'll always get the recorded version. But do you guys feel at least a little more comfortable in the software? Do you feel like you can do more? Do you feel like you can create some of your own designs now? Do you feel like the software is basically more powerful for you now? It's going to save you time, allow you to create more things. Awesome. Awesome. I'm seeing every single one of you commenting, saying game changing. Perfect. Hell yes. Million times. Learn tons. Yes, yes, absolutely. Awesome. And that's mind is still spinning. Yes. So, and that's our goal. That's our goal is, like I said, if I did this online and just did it, I would have 200-300 people there. I wouldn't be able to answer your questions like I'm able to in these. I honestly don't know that I missed really anybody's questions when it came to obviously a lot more questions are coming through now, kind of off topic stuff, but I see that and I feel like I was able to kind of answer everybody's questions as we were going through and creating all of these, which I think will really help you guys when you're watching the recording and being able to do them, right? Sweet. So like I said, it normally takes about 3 to, we had 70 here live today, which is awesome. Keeps that number down some, so it's not as crazy. I'm going to start the uploading. And then, like I said, it normally takes about 3 to 4 hours, and then I will get you guys that, but you will definitely have it at some point tonight. Okay, I'll post on Facebook when it's all ready. And then next week's class will start on Monday, and we'll be killing it. So you know what? When the economy turns around and we're allowed to do stuff and their schools are back in session and baseball events and soccer events and everything else, you guys will be freaking prepared to create some awesome looking designs and mock-ups and order forms and everything else to start killing it. To download the recordings, you just go to your order history, click on that original PDF file that you'll see there, and it's updated. So all 4 Monday through Thursday is already on there. And then once I get this one uploaded, it'll be good to go for you guys as well. No excuses now. I agree, Marine. All right, crew. Hey, you guys all be safe. I'll probably be going live later tonight, or I'm definitely going to do a couple sessions this weekend as far as some different lives. So keep updated on Facebook and YouTube. Monday, we have the Cameo giveaway. That will be at 8 p.m. on Monday. That's why the training class is from 1 to 3. And make sure everybody knows about the free design, right? Did everybody get their free design yesterday before you log off? So yesterday's free design, make sure to go grab that. And then today's, just click on the sale right here, scroll down to daily design, and I'll have a Quarantini is yesterday's free design, and then one in a melon is today's free design. So go grab them. They're completely free. Got it? Sweet, crew. All right. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate your support. Thank you for coming to the classes. Glad that you all learned a ton, which is amazing and makes it worth it to you guys. And that's the main thing, that you're growing your business, growing your knowledge of the software to be able to do some better things, which in turn will hopefully obviously get you more sales as you're creating better designs. So appreciate all of you guys. Probably see a lot of you this weekend. Probably see a lot of you on Monday for Monday's training. And I'm sure I'll see all of you Monday night for the Cameo giveaway. All right, crew. Have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Keep a safe social distance. And I will see you guys soon. All right, crew. Later.